We are on after some craziness.
There's always some craziness getting prepared.
Yes.
Whether good craziness, bad craziness, there's always some craziness. But giving God thanks that we're here.
Amen.
We're here.
Amen.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yes.
Summer edition. How has your summer been so far, Vee?
It's been a little not what I wanted. I wanted to really make sure that I enjoyed my summer. And I'm like, it's August. Summer's almost over and I've still only been to the beach once this year.
But we switched it up because we actually went to the beach early this year. Normally we don't get to the beach until like the tail end of August, so it really knocks out being able to go more than once. But we still got the rest of the month, and we still got the beginning of September because summer isn't officially over until September 22nd.
Yes.
But it's just, July and August are just those summer months that is always considered.
I definitely want to make sure these last couple of weeks that I'm making the most of my summer, at least on the weekend. But we're back with episode 2.
Yes.
Episode 1 of season 2 was dope. If you missed it, go back and watch it. We had Sweet Tea on. We talked about loneliness. We talked about alcoholism. And it was so much fun.
That low-key loneliness.
Yes. The drink she made was delicious. If you missed it, again, go back and watch because you missed a lot. But on this episode of With All Due Respect with Shontyce and Vee, we're talking about Black-owned businesses.
Yes, this is National Black Business Month. And, when I saw someone post it on LinkedIn, I was like, oh, wait, that's a thing? Mm-hmm. That's really a thing. And I saw a millennial post it. And I've been following her for quite some time. And I was just like, wow, okay, she's really been doing it. She has really been doing it. So when I mentioned it to you when we had our meeting, I was just like, okay, we have to talk about this. Not even understanding how broad we can get with the content for this episode. So if you own a business, if you're Black, if you're Black, whatever nationality you are, if you own a brand or a business, you're dope. Because it takes a whole lot of discipline in order to have any level of real success. Not the success that you deem success, but some real success. But it's National Black-owned Business Awareness Month. And we really just wanted to make sure that we highlighted that overall. And a couple of brand and business owners, millennial-based, of course, that we admire and we follow. So y'all have to make sure that y'all stay tuned for tonight because it is going to be very, very interesting what we got tonight.
And before we do anything else, we always got to make sure we address what's in these glasses.
Yes.
So tonight, what's in your glass, Shontyce?
Cucumber water.
Yes.
Remembering all of the quick tips that we received when we were advised to drink this by our caterer, Ketty, for your healthy skin, hair growth, eyes. You also just feeling refreshed and cool. It's hot, especially at night. When it's hot at night, goodness gracious. And instead of drinking soda, soda can be good and may make you a little bloated. But drinking water and then cucumber water. But my cucumber water has to be cold. I can't drink no room temperature cucumber water. It just doesn't sit right with me.
But in the comments, Shontyce eat the cucumbers after. She be tossing them after.
Shoot.
And she needs
Pastor
to
Steph
eat
might
them.
be listening to me saying that. You know why it is too? It be extra soggy.
I am drinking just some cold, refreshing, freshly brewed green tea. And it's delicious. I haven't had green tea in a while.
Did you put anything in your cold green tea?
I did not. Just water. Just ice. That's
really?
it.
No honey,
trying to
no
do
nothing?
better.
She's trying to be big healthy.
I'm trying to do better.
Wow.
But we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back with tonight's episode.
You're trying to be big healthy. have to make sure we give a quick shout out to our #1 sponsor. It's Personalized, all Black-owned business, Black woman-based owned business. All of your embroidery, if y'all see my SB, my name logo here, done by It's Personalized. So whether you have apparel that's needed, handmade items, we do handmade back banners, we do baby items, we do so much. Oh wait, thanks to Vee and our associate producer Teresa, we now do handmade bonnets. Those came out dope. So we actually got to make sure we put that ad up, because the more we show those photos, the more people are like, oh my goodness. So make sure you put embroidery in the comments and you will receive a special discount for tonight only. So don't be trying to comment during the playback, because we're going to know what time the comments came through.
Yes. So tonight, once again, we are talking about Black-owned businesses. But before we get to that, we got to discuss what are these streets saying. And this one is very interesting. I was looking for something more related to our topic tonight. And this one is, if I don't remember and you really want to know how this all ties in, remind me in the comments to let you know how it connects. But this is a very interesting video that we're going to discuss. Let's watch it.
Out a little whatever top this is, you know what I mean? Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I can't wear this. If I like to listen to a certain music, that doesn't make me less of a Christian. People need to understand that it's the relationship between me, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and that's who all I have to answer to, and that's that. Oh, and the long nails too. I will see y'all soon. Meow.
So you don't know, that was Black China. She was just recently baptized, gave herself to the Lord, and this is her doing an interview with Fashion Nova, and she happened to talk about what she was wearing. She said, I got a little thigh showing, and the top that was cut up with the under boob showing. She said, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I can't dress like this. What do you think?
I think that does a lot. And you know what? I don't really feel like, oh my gosh, because when you're newly converted, there's certain things. For one, she's known for being pretty much like a sex icon. You know, she's known for showing her body. That, don't underestimate how hard it is to tear away from that. You get what I'm saying? It's really difficult to tear away from how you are viewed and your stereotypes. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm in God now. I said yes to God now, but I can still dress like this. And it's only until you get around some serious Christians who don't care about hurting your feelings, to where they're gonna let you know, sis, you're gonna have to give up that apparel. You're gonna have to actually put some clothes on.
I agree. That is exactly where my mind went. Is that you just came from this lifestyle, and you want people to see you different. You're supposed to be different now. You just gave yourself to the Lord. You went through with it. You got baptized, and people should be able to tell the old you versus the new you. And I think that that's exactly what she needed. Some real like-minded people. Well, not like-minded in her case, but some real Christian people that are gonna correct her in this. And I don't know if she has that. But let's look at what the comments are saying. We got Kelly in the building. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Anika. Oh, we got Pastor in. She said, you better not be wasting my cucumbers.
I'm not wasting them, Pastor Steph. I'll be putting more and more and more water in my water jug. So the cucumbers are getting some really good use. I'm gonna eat these. I'm gonna eat these on camera in front of you.
She says, show the dope hair bonnets. If we get some pictures, we would definitely try to share those tonight.
Yes.
Prayerfully, she'll allow the Holy Spirit to speak to how she dresses. Thank God for her baptism. Yes. Prayerfully, God will convict her soon. God calls us to modesty. Absolutely. And even the way she got up at the end, it was just like, girl.
I must say, she looked gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Because now that and again, God knows, it's almost like what Pastor Steph says, that nail and screw effect. Some things God's able to pop right out of you. Other things, it takes time. And this, with her natural hair color, I didn't realize that was her first because she looked a lot more natural. And it's
she
like
got her fillers out.
Yes.
She's really going into that natural look.
Right. So
the butt injections or whatever she had out, she really went.
So that's her level of being modest. And now God is just going to continue to
Yes.
shave away.
Yes.
That's why I gotta be really careful about how we critique, because unless we really pay attention and know, it may look like, well, she hasn't done anything to change. But there has been a whole lot of change. She looked good. When I realized it was her, I was like, oh, what's that? Wait a minute. And now she's really trying to go by her actual name with Angela White, right?
I think so.
Angela White instead of Black China, because Black China represented who she was prior to accepting Christ. So
right.
I like it.
Right.
I like it. I like it.
Right.
It's God is doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
And hopefully he will continue to do. But I was just mostly concerned about the people who were following her, people who still look up to her. And as I was looking at the comments on that video, they were really not condemning, not that they should, but they weren't really speaking on her, but more speaking on the Christians and how Christians judge her. And I think we gotta really change our mindset. Not to say that we should be condemning her or anything like that, but we gotta speak to this young lady. We don't know if she goes back and looks at these comments under the video she does. Right. So if you have an opportunity to correct her and help her get to that renewed mind a little bit faster, then definitely take the opportunity. And unfortunately, not a lot of people are doing that. And because we have these young kids who are looking up to her and who are turning to God, but still confused as to how that looks.
Right.
Because she has this platform, she needs to do better. And hopefully she will get this.
But you know, I completely agree with you. At the same time, is she doing better though? You know, it kind of goes back to what you were saying about us as Christians, how we're commenting and critiquing. Is this her level of doing better? Like you said, she eliminated the fake body. I mean, whatever body part she was able to give back, she's been giving back. You know, the modesty with her hair color. And yes, she still wears the nails, but okay, you got your nails. You know, and even her willingness to even speak on, yes, I'm a Christian, I still like to wear this, could invite the help that she needs. You know, like, wait a minute, okay, nah, let me reach out and just let her know. And you know, so it's kind of like that thin line where it's okay, we're never gonna arrive, but yet are you doing better? And this is why, kind of go back to what you're saying, it is really important that we focus on how we're, you know, talking to each other. We're talking to each other, and it's like, okay, maybe you can do better with that. But am I also pointing out different things that I've been noticing, steps that you've been taking? I always gotta be really careful. Otherwise, this came in mind, like, we gotta be careful, y'all. We definitely have to be careful. So the streets are saying what exactly?
The streets were kind of agreeing with her in a sense and not really focusing on what she said and what she needed to be corrected on, but was focusing more on the judgment of Christians and how they are or would condemn her. Which I get. Don't get me wrong, I get it. But the topic at hand should have been what she said and thinking that it's okay more than the Christian people and anybody who would correct her or say that how she dresses is not appropriate for a Christian. So let's just take the opportunity to talk about the topic at hand.
Right.
And like I said, just take every opportunity to correct one another as much as possible, especially because she is aspiring to do better and be better and really give herself to God. So if she thinks that this is okay, but you have the opportunity to reach her and change her mindset, take that opportunity.
Right. I agree. Right. This is what she's saying, making sure. But without getting rid of that, you know, this particular episode, because we're talking about the Black-owned businesses and Black-owned brands, you know, I really wanted to be targeted, and we have our next segment coming up as well. But I was like, we definitely need to kind of make both tie in, because we gonna need a little time with paid troops tonight. Okay, so with the get rid of that, we have to get rid of a certain business in particular that it's not that I didn't realize it was a business, but I didn't really look at it as a business. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the ayahuasca plants. Are you familiar with that? Have you heard of it before?
I've heard of it only through a movie. Okay. I haven't really heard anything else about it.
Okay, I'm not going to go into full detail yet. I'm going to wait for the pagan truth to really go into full detail in regards to what it is and so on and so forth. But that's actually a business. So it's a plant-based drug, pretty much, and it's used for healing. And they have these retreats that you pay for. So someone said that they were looking for a website for an ayahuasca church. Now there are ayahuasca churches that are offering these retreats, and they are charging $1,100 per person for a 2-day retreat, I believe. Yes, a 2-day ceremony retreat. The retreat consists of anywhere from about 10 to 20 people. And if all 10 to 20 people show up, they are making anywhere between, I think it's like $11,000 to $20,000 to $22,000 that they're pulling in for just one weekend. And when y'all hear exactly what this ayahuasca is and what it entails, it's really gonna blow your mind, because it's like, this is really what we're paying for. Nobody wants Jesus for free, but everybody is just going on to this. We have to get rid of this business. And as we go into the pagan truths, you're gonna know why. I don't think it's really gonna be a question. So we got our pagan truth.
Okay.
The ayahuasca plant. Please, let's play our pagan truth content.
I knew that there was a higher power. I didn't have I was like, I just needed to figure out how to get access to it. Study the Bible for 3. I'm talking about backwards and forwards, but I don't know God. I don't have a personal relationship with God. Like, I'm not God. I'm not feeling you. Okay, God, I'm going to put my trust and my faith in you. It took me till I was 40. And it's when I hit 40, my son Jaden came into the kitchen and he said, Mom, you got to come in the living room. Moises and Mateo are talking about an experience their dad had in Peru. And so they tell me about this experience that their dad had with a medicinal plant called ayahuasca. I'm looking in his eyes. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he's different. I was like, I want that. And I asked for the universe to give me that. And within a month, the universe opened a door for me to have my own ceremony. First of all, I don't believe that the plant ayahuasca is for everyone. I went through a night of hell where I was confronted with the shadow of my own mind, and to the point that I thought I was possessed. So the thoughts are like, kill yourself, do it. You're not needed. You're not wanted. Kill yourself. And I remember looking at the medicine woman that I was working with, and I said, I can't go home like this to my children. Whatever's on me, whatever this, energy, this demon, right?
You gotta get off.
It's gotta get off. Not realizing, no, that's you, boo, right? Wow. But that next night when I went back in, I got to see that. That's when the light came in. I had to just sit in that stillness. I had to sit in that trust. And it was the first time that I got to feel God.
That's the first time she got to feel God. Now, I'm sure many of you know that is actress Jada Pinkett Smith. And this was like so concerning and troubling to me when I came across the video. I came across the video first. I didn't come across the ayahuasca plant first. And just listening to this, I was like, I have to research this. To the point where I was losing track of time. I thought I was finished, and I was like, nah, I gotta look up what they said about this. So ayahuasca is a plant-based psychedelic. Psychedelics, also known as hallucinogens, so it's in the whole hallucination realm. It's a class of psychoactive substances that produce changes in your perception, your mood, and all of the other processes in your body, right? Psychedelic drugs affect all your senses. It alters your way of thinking, your sense of time, and your emotions. It changes the way you see, the way you hear, the way you taste, the way you smell, the way you feel. Again, it affects your moods and your thoughts. It can cause you to see and hear things that don't really exist, or things that are distorted. Okay, so when she says, I don't think it's for everyone, it ain't for anybody. It's for no one. Okay, now types of hallucinogen drugs. Again, because this is a drug, just because it's plant-based doesn't make it any less harmful. Other related drugs is LSD, also known as acid. Cannabis, also known as weed. Weed is a drug that makes you hallucinate, okay? Keep that in mind for those who claim it's not a drug and that it helps you so much. Ecstasy, we all know what ecstasy is. It's the pill that you take, especially in the whole party realm. Almost like cocaine. Cocaine is like the party drug. Ketamine, also known as vitamin K or cat tranquilizer. Ketamine is used during animal surgery, and people use it, okay, to get high. Okay, salvia, which is an herb, and there are a few other drugs that fall under this category as well, but those are just naming a few. It's a whole lot. We gonna put it. Okay, so again, it alters your state of consciousness. It is believed that the person can tap into their true wants and experiences and begin the process of deeper healing, awakening, or spiritual cleansing. And I'm like, when I read that, immediately the verse came up, says, your heart is deceitful and wicked, who could know it but God? And you're trying to tap deeper into your own wicked desires, and you think you're going to get healing from that. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but that's their theory. Okay, I'm going to pull up a couple of verses too that popped in my mind as I was reading this. 2 Corinthians 10:5 in the Amplified Version. We are destroying sophisticated arguments and every exalted and proud thing that sets itself up against the true knowledge of God. And we are taking every thought and purpose captive to the obedience of Christ. And I thought of that verse because they're trying to get real, like, sophisticated with what this whole ayahuasca process is and what it's supposed to do. And when God breaks it down to you for what it really is, it's a drug.
Right.
It's a drug. It's just like, what is it? LSD is just like the veterinarian drug. It's just like the weed. It's just like all of that. It makes you bug out. And it takes you into a whole other realm that you have no business tapping into. Okay, it's a decoction, which is a concentrated liquid made by prolonged heating or boiling. And it's we won't get the pronunciation of these words, but I was practicing. Banisteriosis. I can't think of it. Again, trying to sound more sophisticated. Right. Okay, it's a vine. All right, a vine with the leaves of a shrub. Although there can be different types of these shrubs, it all has chemicals in it. So when I read that, it made me think of John 15:1, where Jesus says, I am the real vine and my Father is the farmer. Jesus is the real vine and we are the branches. And if we as the branches do not produce the grapes that we're supposed to produce, God burns us off and we get cut off from the true vine that keeps us living. Read the Bible. Okay, so while they're going to this vine to get high, you're not connected to the true vine that's going to give you true life, right? This ceremony that she's talking about, goodness gracious. You go and it's this doctor healer person and They're supposed to be singing these songs. All this is just making me think of everything that God has been showing and revealing to us. All these songs that God is saying we need to stop singing and all of this. They sit and they sing. You drink some of the ayahuasca. They drink some of the ayahuasca right behind you because they're supposed to be helping you. And you tap into this whole deep realm. Like she said, the spirits are telling you to kill yourself and do all of this. This is part of the ceremony. This is part of the ceremony. There is no real healing that comes from this ceremony. You go and you give your money, which is part of the hallucination, because they make you think that you're being healed and you're tapping into the powers and the spirits that God is trying to keep you away from. Why would we want to do that? Why would we opt to do that? So the effects of ayahuasca, it affects your size, your weight, your health. You're not supposed to take it in a noisy environment. It's supposed to be quiet. Now, I understand that when you are with God, you're supposed to make sure, a lot of times you're secluded, there's not a whole lot of chaos. But again, just think about how it's trying to also isolate you and just tear you away from any level of common sense, any true level of common sense. Hallucination, intense anxiety and confusion, fear and paranoia. What happened to God did not give us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and of a sound mind. But yet I'm taking something that is going to make me fearful. Why do I want this? And this is supposed to make me closer to God? I am inviting in these demons. I am inviting in all of this, the psychotic and 6 things from the spiritual realm. But this is what is supposed to get me close to God. It's taken mainly by a group of people who do this for the culture. And it made me think about my favorite verse, Romans 12:2, when God says, stop following the culture in this world. So now they're doing this to pay homage and tribute to a land that they had nothing to do with giving to themselves. But yet this is supposed to get you closer to God. And you're paying for this. People are flying to Peru, South America, all of this to get this experience. And while they're thinking, I'm getting closer to God, no, you're really tapping more into the devil. What are we doing, Vee?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I just feel so bad for her, for the children, the Smith children. As soon as she said Jaden came and was like, Mommy, I was like, oh, Lord. Wow.
Because unfortunately, we know they're a little twisted. And here's what I also heard as she was talking. This is free advertisement for y'all. Because here y'all have a celebrity, a known celebrity. She's nowhere near new to this industry, to this business, now saying, oh, I want that. God. Yes, I saw it in his eyes and I want that. And I said, okay, now I get to have my own ceremony. But I said, I got to get these demons off me before I go back home to my children. And that was the first time I experienced God. So now you got other people, even your peers, other celebrities feeling like your they should
children,
fly. Yes.
Your husband.
Like, they should fly out and get this done as well. They should stop investing in these. And I haven't read up on it yet, but when I was watching the video, the guy who was commentating was saying that this is also biblical. How they used to get the people in the Bible to mix herbs and all that. So they used to be really doing drugs back in, but of course it wasn't considered drugs like it's considered drugs to us today. But it's pretty much what it was. The same thing with the fertility. The same thing with the like the IVF. It just wasn't called IVF back in biblical time. But nothing new is done now that did not happen back then. And it's just really sad that they're able to get. And I don't know what show this was. I never saw the guy that she was speaking to before. I'm not sure. But it's really sad that they're able to get these celebrities to sit here and really push this. And if you don't know any better, you would fall for this. Right. Like she fell for it. Just like she fell for it.
Like she did. Wow. And if you read the Bible backwards and forwards, you should have seen that there is nothing biblical that says that there's any plant, drug, tea, nothing that we need to ingest in order to get closer to God. Anytime they talked about any type of potions or anything like that, it was always ungodly. So I'm going to willingly go and spend all this money to get closer to God.
Let's make me think about fasting. I fast, and that's a whole other topic. Because I didn't want to talk about fasting for about 11 years. That's the first time I spoke about it. Because that was a whole 3-hour debate. And I said, if I hear the word fasting again, I'm going to write it down. Because it was such an intense conversation. That was before I gave my life. That was way before I gave my life. But again, the whole challenge with fasting, for me, the whole challenge with fasting is, if Jesus came to be the ultimate sacrifice that bridged the gap between us and the Father, why do we need anything in between? Why do we have to do anything in between in order to be closer to God? So I'm going to starve myself. Now, I like to eat. I can't focus when I'm hungry. I don't know about y'all, but how productive am I going to be if I'm just like about to pass out? And then not only that, I have to now get my body in the habit of eating again, depending on how long I've been fasting. So when you just said that again, that's all I'm hearing now is like fasting. We're doing these things to get closer to Him when Jesus then came and did all that already. That's why we can't focus on doing what we're supposed to be doing, because we're trying to do all this other stuff to get closer to God. Obedience gets us closer to God. And obedience alone is one heck of a task. It is one heck of a task. You ain't got to do nothing extra. Just being obedient by itself will make you hallucinate. You ain't got to take nothing. You ain't got to take... You just let God tell you ain't supposed to do something. You start hallucinating. Me, what has God said to you that you need to stop or start doing, and it made you lose focus of time? Hold on. Let's go back. It made you lose focus of time. It made you lose your sense of taste, smell, how you see things, how you hear things.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness. When I wanna seek revenge, when I want my own revenge, but I need to forgive some craziness, you really start hallucinating.
So what happens? Wait. We're gonna have a quick transparent moment. What happens? Do you get into the whole ecstasy moment? Or do you just sit there fuming like a cartoon? It's like fuming fire coming out your ear.
Yes. On top of your head. Yes. Obedience. Yes. That's a word. Obedience will have you hallucinating.
I know for me, that was, and I still have a challenge with that. It's not there. For me, it's the sex, y'all. I can't even lie. You know why too? Because by myself, you know how like when God says, when God says biblically that your thoughts is just as bad as the deeds, because God gets down to the nitty gritty with you. So even with you abstaining from the actual act, even your thoughts, you're like, Dad, I can't even think about it. Yeah, that got me sometimes walking around this, so how do I get this thought out of my head? Or you start thinking of something else, but then when that just randomly pops in, and it's like, if they were hidden cameras, y'all would have me committed already. Because you know, it's like, okay, Shontyce, hello, stop, think of something else, think of Martin, laugh, think of this, be sad, think anything just to get those thoughts out of your head. Obedience alone, y'all, is one heck of a task. Let's stop diving deeper into these pagan ways and rituals that just tear us further away. Because God is not the one moving, it's us. That has us stepping back and back. He's still staying right here. It's us going backwards. And let's step away from this and let's step more and more into the truth. And what I'm seeing is, and one of the things that she said in the video was, I love religion. Well, when you done study Christianity and Buddhism and this and that, you done confused yourself. You read the Bible frontwards and backwards, but you read it with what guidance?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you can't just open up the Bible and just start reading. No, there has to be some guidance. The Holy Spirit has to guide you as to what you need to read at whatever particular moment. Otherwise, it's like reading a regular textbook. You know what I'm saying? So stay away from the pagan rituals. Ayahuasca, stop investing in that business. I know for the most part, the celebrities do it, but us common folk do it as well. And if you got $1,100 to burn for a 2-day retreat that's going to have you meet the demons, then you can send that money over. Sow a seed until, with all due respect, please contact us on the Closer World Christian Talk Show YouTube page and Coach for Christianlife Facebook page. And you can sow a seed here, and we will put that money to good use with the ministries that God has given us to fulfill, because that is just some craziness. Stop investing in those brands, please.
All right, we're going to read the comments right quick, and then we're going to take a quick break. We got the, oh no, that stuff can change the chemistry of your brain. She must be careful. Her mom spent decades on drugs.
Yes.
Is she picking up the curse? True. More susceptible. Why do people need to feel God? And we're going to say hello to Miss Sherelle.
Hey, Miss Sherelle.
And
oh, hey, Janae.
Hey,
Janae, Pastor Janae.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and just continue on with this conversation. We're going to get into those Black-owned businesses for the awareness of the month. But enjoy this quick break. We will be right back.
Get it together, y'all.
So we wanted to take the time now to just shout out some Black-owned businesses, and then we're gonna get into some conversation. So my first Black-owned business is, I chose my Black-owned businesses based off of actual people that I know and want to shout out and want to support, because we don't do that enough.
Yes.
So my first Black-owned business is Sweet Tea Bev. She was on season 2, episode 1, our last episode with the drinks. She is a freelance mixologist if you want to hit her up. And I think we have her logo. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Point.
Oh,
Thank
love
you.
it. Yes.
We have her logo up, which was actually designed by my next big Black-owned business shout out, which is SM Design.
Woo!
He created that logo you see there for Sweet Tea Bev. He created our logo that you see every episode.
Yes.
He created so much stuff. So if you need your logo done, if you want something created for your attire, he has the God Got Me attire going out there. That's dope. He does so much. So if you need some logos, if you want some art done for your attire, for your clothing brand, hit him up. He got you.
Yes.
Do you have any businesses?
I definitely do. I have actually a brand and a business, and I felt the same way. I definitely wanted to pay homage to people I've worked with and know and have been following. So the first brand is Beauty Pop by China Lynn, and we have that logo as well. Yes, yes, yes. So she is actually a Christian, and her lip line is based on embrace beauty through your lips, through the way you speak positivity.
I like that.
And one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to shout her out is because she entrusted me with her products back in 2019 to promote them for free. We didn't meet each other before. I actually reached out to someone, and she was a referral. I reached out to her via Instagram, and she was like, "Bet I'm coming to you, dropping off 3, I believe it was, two or three lip glosses." I love them. I'll actually put her ad up, God's Fair's next episode. I love them, and I just started promoting her, and she's been doing so much. Her personal testimony is amazing. Please follow her on Instagram. It's China Lynn Beauty, ChynnaLynn Beauty. No underscores, just straight through. Make sure you support. Purchase her lip glosses. They are actually good You know, sometimes people have lip glosses and it's like,
Yeah.
come on, girl.
Yeah.
Come on. No, they're actually good. Something that you're gonna want to wear out on special occasions, not just to run to the supermarket real quick. Okay. Then we also have. Hold on. Pull her up. A business, Black-owned business, and she's the one that I actually saw post on LinkedIn in regards to National Black Owned Business Month, and it is Black People Will Swim. Paulina, and I love it because she's a millennial, and her whole business is based on teaching Black people how to swim.
I love that. I need to hit her up.
Yes, because I have such a fear of water, and I'm like, I so want to learn how to swim, and I feel like the minute I learn, I'm gonna be swimming in the bathtub. Y'all gonna have to pull me away. Like, oh, we going away. Is there a pool there? Because that's where Shontyce gonna be. Like how I am in the jacuzzi. That's how I am, and she really devotes her time into teaching. And even with her content that she posts, we can tell she has patience, and that's what I need. Mm-hmm. I don't need someone who's just like, oh, I can just teach anybody how to swim. No, you need to know how to deal with trauma. You need to know how to deal with fear. You need to know how to deal with all of that. So shout out to Black People Who Will Swim. She is currently in the runnings to winning an award for recognition of her business.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, so make sure you pull her up on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Again, Black People Will Swim, and make sure, if you know how to swim, she may even be hiring, instructors, so she can mold them into learning how to, because everyone can't teach, right? Even do it. I believe she does that as well. But yeah, you're going to have to hit her up. Because,
yes.
So do you have a fear of water?
No, I love.
You love water.
Yes. Okay.
I love it too, as long as it doesn't surpass you. If I can't just stand up, we got a problem. Okay, so we definitely have to contact her. Yes, so shout out to those brands and businesses.
Yes, my next brand, or my first brand, is the Honey Pot. If you don't know, I think we have their products or a picture of their products as well. Ooh, the Honey Pot is a Black-owned business, feminine hygiene care. And I use their vaginal soap, and it is amazing. We need to take better care of ourselves, but especially down there, because it's summertime for one. Need I say more? But just in general, we need to really take care of ourselves. Like growing up, like as an adult, I'm learning a lot about that area that I was not taught as a child. And she makes it her business to make sure that all of her products are safe, plant-based products. She has pads and soaps and pills and chews and so many things that would benefit you as a woman. So if you don't know, now you know. Go check them out. You can find them in Target, Walmart, everywhere. And I love that product. I love that.
I use their vaginal soap as well. And I absolutely love when I'm down to like the last, I'm like, oh no. Oh yeah, so we definitely, but real quick, what is something that you're learning about that area now that you didn't learn or you didn't know growing up? What? Because I'm about to say mine.
I learned how to properly wash down there.
Listen,
that you're not supposed to put soap up in there. And that's why you have different types of soaps or washes that you use down there that's more healthy for your pH balance. I learned, having sex down there, if you're not using protection, again, I'm married, so that really messes with your pH balance. And even if you wash yourself after, it's still lingering. And it doesn't matter what he's doing. If it's an STD now, you need to go have a conversation. But when it comes to your pH balance, you can be with the same person forever and it just switches. So I'm learning a lot.
I know, listen, this is real. Wait, before I go into mine, I think we have some comments.
Okay. We got, shout out to Sweet Tea and SM Designs. I want to learn to swim. Yes, we starting a group, y'all. We starting a group. Yeah. We gonna all get out there and businesses. Shout out to Black People Black People Will Swim. Yes. I think I dialed in at the wrong time now. He always coming in on the wrong time.
Listen,
you know what? You grown. You got girls. Right.
for the summertime, because listen, y'all all got on a bus or on a line or something.
You smell something a little fishy.
And wanted to tap someone on the shoulder to ask these questions, okay? One of the things I learned that I didn't know is the importance of either having a separate rag for down there.
You're supposed to actually use hands.
And right, I didn't know that. You just use one rag for everything.
Yes, because your rag holds so much bacteria, and you're putting that rag up there, and it's bad for you. You're actually supposed to use hands, clean hands to clean down there.
Yes. So and even when you dry off, because again, it's the same concept. You dry off everywhere.
Yes.
And then you go and you dry off there.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And now you're transferring.
Yes.
You know, so it definitely, these things are important. And then you're wondering why certain things is a little itchy and a little going on. And it ain't got nothing to do sometimes with an STD, but just your own body.
Yes.
You know, it's like, this came from me. This is another part of my body. But it ain't gelling with that side. Right. So it is really, really important. I learned about the rag thing and about making sure you don't put nothing up there. I never did, but even the dushing, I never did that. But how now all of a sudden it's just like, don't do it. Where before it was promoted. Right. Do it. Now they're saying, stop putting that up there, because now they're seeing the damage, that it's doing to us down there. So make sure, shout out to Honeypot, make sure you're focusing on doing what you need to do down there. Absolutely.
And my last brand is going to be a part of our next conversation. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and I'll give you my last brand that I want to shout out.
It's your girl Shontyce
and your girl Vee,
and you're watching With All Due Respect with Shontyce and Vee.
Some back behind the scenes conversations going on about that area. But listen, you're never too young to learn. Nobody was teaching us this when we were younger. We have to learn this now. But my last brand is With All Due Respect Brands. And I had some trouble. I was talking to my husband. I'm like, I don't understand. Shontyce wants me to find 2 businesses and 2 brands. But what is the difference? I was not getting it. So I did some research and I learned the difference. So a business is what you sell. It's your products, services, and the industry you're a part of, versus a brand, which is who you are, is what people think about you and how they perceive your messages. So if you don't know, with all due respect, our brand is to promote the word of God through transparency, the truth, the Bible. Oh, she ate her cucumbers. You see that, Pastor?
Where Pastor Steph
at? She ate her cucumbers. And we want to make sure, with all due respect, that we are always challenging those millennial point of views, those worldly views, and we're correcting them again through transparency and the word of God and the truth. So we are a brand. We are a brand, and that's how my What Are the Streets Saying video goes with tonight's episode, because Black China, or Angela White, is a brand. She is a brand. She is, not to say it like that, but she's selling herself when she's doing these interviews and these modeling this stuff. She was on that interview was with Fashion Coca. So she is a brand, and we have to be careful about what our brand is saying. So I'm shouting out with all due respect. We are a brand, but I hit up my followers and my friends on Instagram and Facebook, and I asked them to tell me about the experiences with Black-owned businesses. Good or bad, but unfortunately the ones that I got were bad. So So, also, if you're watching now, let us know your experience with Black-owned businesses. Like I said, if you've ever been to a Black-owned restaurant, Black-owned nail shop, if you got your hair done by a Black hairstylist, whatever the industry is, let us know what you experienced. So I had one person who said they went to a Black-owned business and they were slow as snails.
No purpose in life.
No. I need more information on that one if you can tell us what type of business it was. But what do you think about that?
When they say they were slow, that's why I asked no purpose, because I've been to patronize a Black-owned business and they're moving like the line. Oh my gosh. If you ever go to a Dollar General, I don't know if they're Black-owned, they got a lot of Black workers, but compare it to that. The line could be wrapped around each aisle, out the door, down the block to the next Dollar General, and they're like, $9.87. And it's like, boy, you want to act like you got a life? Like you have a pulse? Like there's just like no concern for time or for the fact that you have a whole line. So maybe that's what they're referring to.
Well, we'll definitely get some more information on that one. They said every Jamaican spot I went to, a nail salon that was Black-owned, hair salons, they just move slow. I don't know what it is. And we definitely need to do better because people are trying to support Black businesses. But then when you go to Black-owned businesses and this is the type of treatment you get, now you want to go to Maylene and because they be moving right along.
Because everything is an upcharge. Yeah, you want me to $5? You want me to $5? You want me to you want to sit in that chair? $5. Listen, they understand. I don't know if they are always trying to beat the clock in China or Japan or wherever they from, Asia, wherever. But they are on it. The only thing you really complain about is them not knowing who came in at what time. So now they're calling you for the next one. I used to tell them, y'all gonna start a whole lot of fights and homicides up in here if you don't get some numbers or a sign-in sheet or something. But as far as retirement, they putting them pressure
that's
on.
Why they dirty, but they be moving right along.
Right.
They
They don't time to clean. They don't time to clean.
And they just go to the next one.
Yes. Ain't no time to clean. Ain't time to clean them tools. Ain't no time to clean that foot tub. Ain't no time to get new gloves. Cause it's just like, let's go.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We had another person who said that they are, I'm trying to find the word. So they said that they hit up a Black-owned nail tech. Thank you. Black-owned nail tech. They hit them up. They put down their deposit, and the lady ghosted her. And she was a couple of days or something away from going out of country, going on vacation. So she really wanted her nails done. And the lady ghosted her. And she said this is not the first time. She's been trying to support Black-owned businesses. And multiple times, she said on her wedding day, she hired a Black-owned stylist to do her dress. And the lady completely ruined her wedding. The dress was ugly. The lady was late. Didn't want to give no type of money back.
What?
It was
Did they fight?
terrible. No, but she sued and she's in that process of getting her money back. But why? Why are we doing this?
You was late on top of that.
On her wedding day. On her wedding
That's why
day.
we can't hire Laquita.
No.
This is why, because it is really sad that I know in our house we've already agreed. It's sad. We're not going to Bobby, Ricky, Mike to do any work in the house again. We're going to have to not only go to the white man, but go to the white business. You know, no more freelance people. You could be green, but we need a way to track you. God forbid you try to pull some side stuff. And it's really sad because we had that happen. You know what I'm saying? Where you give your money, your deposit, and then they just ghost. And it's like, yo, like I will never see you again, bro. So what happens if I see you at Home Depot? When am I not supposed to take a can of paint and go to work or
2x4,
right, or wood or a piece of sheetrock?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand how you think this is supposed to work.
Right.
And it's really, really sad. And I don't even know, but we gotta do better. We gotta do better as a people. This is why we will never rise as a people, because all of the other nationalities don't go through this to this degree. We always gotta top it off. And that's what the Jamaican restaurant, let me tell y'all, Pastor Steph rarely sends me out to get food for her anymore. But I done cussed out almost every Jamaican restaurant that is in the walking vicinity of our home, because it just, you're walking there, they're eating behind the counter. What? How am I supposed to want to come in here and eat the food and you sit behind the counter eating? And then you get up and rinse your hands off. Don't wash them. Don't put gloves on and about to serve me. Who you giving that food to? I know you ain't finna get after me. So, but then when you say something, that's an argument.
Right.
So now we got to drive across town to get Jamaican food.
Another complaint we had was the prices are always ridiculous. You go to a black-owned business, and when you go to Mei-Ling, I mean, all prices nowadays is absolutely ridiculous. You can't get a pedicure anymore for less than like $100. Like, it's just
that's how much it costs.
If you're getting gel, it's just about $100.
Super real?
Yes.
Teresa, how much you pay for your pedicure?
For both, it was $68.
For your pedicure and your manicure, $68.
That was
Mei-Ling?
Right.
You gotta stop calling her Mei-Ling. Give us another name. Sue. What's the one up there?
I went to Asian.
Oh,
right. So that was another complaint we had, that you go to the black-owned businesses and they are charging you astronomical prices for services you can get elsewhere for a lot cheaper. And that is always the thing with black people, because it's like, I'm your brother or sister, and it's like, oh, you'll pay for this thing over there, you'll pay. So now if I'm asking you, if I'm upset about your prices, it's because I don't want to support black people, or I would rather give my money to Mei-Ling or Sue or, somebody else. I don't know why it's like that. You grew up where? You know what your people are dealing with. Do you want us to support you? Because if you did, you wouldn't charge prices that we can't afford. And then if your service is not worth the price, what is the point? If I can go somewhere else and get better, why would I come to you because we're both black?
I want to know what the deposit was for. I'm still stuck with the deposit.
A deposit to ensure that you're going to come to your appointment, but then you ghost me.
Listen, if your appointment is for 5, you're here by 5:05, it's on to the next.
But a lot of these people, especially these Instagram black-owned businesses, that's how they are. They want a deposit before they agree to do anything. But let me read these comments right fast. We have, why do the black hairdressers spend more time talking than doing your hair? Oh my goodness, I used to hate that. I'm so glad that I don't need nobody else to do my hair. I'm so glad I learned. I'm so glad I have my sister Teresa, because oh my God, I used to try to go before work before I used to have like a 9 to 5. But I used to try to go before work, and it would be like, I'm gonna have to call out because you're gonna take a snack break. You gotta answer the phone. You doing everything else but my hair, and I'm trying to get to work. I don't understand why people are like this. They said they don't respect others' time. They have the nasty attitudes too, like we did something to them, especially if you got a question about the service. Yes. Have you ever experienced that?
Where I'm questioning them and they get mad at me?
And they got an attitude if you have any questions about their services.
No, because I don't really remember going to many black hairstylists.
Or just in general, black-owned businesses in general.
Oh, please. Sometimes I walk out because I'm like, by the time I actually put on gloves, it's going to have to be boxing gloves because it's going to be a fight. So let me just about face and walk about this establishment. Yes, I've had to wear, I actually had that with, I don't know if they're Spanish I don't know, but it's this wing spot, right? In the mall near us. And I used to go and spend my money there all the time. I took y'all there when y'all would come, you know, over, spend a whole lot of money. And I asked them to put gloves on, and they got real, I'm about to say something crazy. Look at how the Holy Spirit is working in the name of Jesus. They got real ignorant. And all I saw was me kicking over their juice dispenser.
I remember this story.
And I was like, you know what? There's another way I know the Holy Spirit is working. Because it's like, I didn't realize it till after, but I glanced over and saw security. Glanced over, remember my mother was with me. And I was like, if I kick this dispenser, security gonna rush over here. Now my mother's gonna be in an uproar. I was to the point I didn't care about me. Because, you know, when you hot, it's like, whatever. I didn't want my mama to have to be all upset and now she can't eat the food she got eaten. I went over there and cut the people out the counter. She was that. But, yeah, So I actually had that there. Where they got mad because I asked them to stop eating behind the counter and to put gloves on. And they told me in their language and accent to go home and cook. Oh. Why did you say that to me? After all the money I done spend here at this counter, I should make a career out of just getting y'all shut down. You know? But yeah, they don't want you asking. They just want you to give your money. And they do, right. And you're supposed to accept whatever as long as you're giving them. And until we really stop patronizing them, they're going to continue to act like that. Because all that matters is the money. So as they see that the money ain't coming in the way it used to, maybe they'll start, whatever God they're worshiping, will start showing them that it's because of the attitude, because they ain't got no money anymore.
All right, they're trying to recoup what they lost from their attitudes. Yes. Haitian plates are $30 for the meal for one person now. Before it was $8. That's absolutely insane.
Wait, who? What?
Haitian plates. They used to be $8. Now you get the same amount of food, but it costs $30.
Who's buying that? Stop
All
buying
the
it.
prices is high because you're paying for the extra attitude. Shout out to Teresa. Need my hair did. All right. Excuse me. We got one more complaint that I saw is that Black-owned businesses is never open. You ever seen a Black-owned business and their hours is like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday? It's like what?
From 8 to 8:15. Yo, it's this pretzel spot. Their lemonade is so good. But every time I go, the tarp is down.
Yo.
And I remember the guy who was running the mall was like, I don't know how they expect to make money. They ain't never open.
Crazy.
Or like you said, it's these select days from 8 to 8:15.
Right.
So if I don't get here in the 15-minute window, I can't get nothing. And that happens to be the best.
And I don't get it because wherever you are, if you don't own, even if you own, you paying rent or you paying something. How are you making money for this place and you're never open?
No.
I don't understand.
A booth this size goes for at least $1,600
Crazy.
a month. A booth the size
Crazy.
of this table. I'm not exaggerating. I'm so serious. Like $1,600. God forbid it goes somewhere this light, this and that light. That's $2,200. I asked the people, and they told me, not the people who are paying the rent, the people who are giving, right, who is getting them to rent it. Right.
Yeah.
They told me. So like you said, either way, you still gotta pay that rent. How are you paying that rent if you ain't never open?
Somebody say you catch them when you can. You get to their job before they do.
For real.
Like what? Sir. All right, we got a couple more Black-owned business shout-outs. We want to shout out Highlight Beat.
Yes.
The one who does our makeup for every event we go to. So if you've ever seen us at the Sitter Awards, if you've ever seen us here, or if you've ever seen us period and our makeup is did, it's because Highlight Beat did it.
Yes.
And she always does it well. So shout out to Tamasia, Highlight Beats.
Yes.
And we got another shout out for SM Design.
Yes.
And they want to make sure you get your shout out as well. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. We definitely want to support our Black-owned businesses, but y'all gotta do better.
Let's rise as the people, y'all. Let's rise as the people and make sure we treat each other better.
Yes, so we're going to take another break and we're going to come right back and just close out tonight's episode.
Oh, man. I ain't giving it. So we are here at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is called a passion fruit mojito. He is hating because look at my drink and then look at his drink, and mine is spirit free, meaning there is no alcohol in it. But there's alcohol in it. And now he wants what I have, but with alcohol. But this isn't meant to be with alcohol. See how they be trying to bite? Knock my drink. I bet mine tastes better too. This is banging. He's mad.
Nobody's mad.
Not mad. You're just a hater. Passion fruit mojito at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Alright, so we have to end out. Before we end, we got to do the what does God say? And that is where we turn to the Word of God and we just apply it to whatever topic we discuss here on tonight's episode. So what do you got, Shontyce?
I got John 15:1, the Message version, where Jesus says, I am the real vine and my Father is the farmer. Stop trying to attach yourself to people, places, and things. They're not Jesus. They're not going to give you true life. They're not going to show you the true way. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay? Your life is going to continue to go downhill. You're going to lose it. God says stop. Stop attaching yourself to all of that, because you're going to end up being that branch that gets burnt off and thrown into, like, come on, is that what you really want? Is that what you really want? Because that's what our actions show. That's what our disobedience shows. But I don't think we really want that. Because if you did, we would do it quick and try to jump off a bridge or something. You might do better doing that than attaching yourself to these fake vines.
You're a lot quicker.
Yes. A lot easier on everybody.
I got Colossians 3, verse 23 through 25. And whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Christ. But he who does wrong will be repaid for what he has done, and there is no partiality. So make sure that whatever Black-owned business you have, that you realize you're serving the Lord, whether you believe or not, and what you do will be repaid back to you. So let's get it together. Yes. Let's truly get it together. You really want your business to succeed. You want your people to support you. You got to do better. You got to do better. Yes. Now we have our with all due respect commentary. Do you have a with all due respect for tonight's episode?
With all due respect, stop paying for something you can probably pluck off one of these trees. Listen. God is only found in truth. If you do not humble yourself to sit in truth, you are not going to find that true experience with God. Drinking something from a plant is not going to get that. Paying $1,100 for a 2-day retreat to be around other people who are tapping into the demons along with you is not going to have you experience the Lord. It's going to have you experience some other stuff that you ain't going to be able to shake off as easily as you think. So while Jada Pinkett talk about, she said, I got to get this off me before I go back to my kids, guess what she still did? Took that back to her kids. Right. She took that back to her kids. So with all due respect, stop tapping into this again. Anytime we're disobedient, we're automatically tapping into that demonic spiritual realm. We don't have to do nothing extra to get that going. Okay, so let's not put more on it. With all due respect.
With all due respect is let's practice humility and modesty. Modesty in the way we dress, modesty in the way we act, modesty in the way we treat others, humility in the way we treat others and what we do. Again, if you're a Black-owned business and you want the support of your Black people, be humble. Be humble. Don't be charging prices that are absolutely crazy because you despise and or look up to Michael Jordan and all these big name brands and you trying to be like them. We don't want to be like them. Right. Because if you really knew who those people were, you wouldn't want to be like them. Because they ain't concerned about Black people at all. So let's practice modesty, let's practice humbleness, and let's get it together. It's only August 9th. We got the whole month. And I really wanted to get out here and go to some Black-owned restaurants around this way or something. But I'm a Karen. I will definitely ruin some businesses if I can. I'm leaving reviews. I'm telling everybody that you're trash. So let's get it together. Let's get it together with all due respect. But thank you guys so much for watching and sticking all the way through to the end. Yes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your shout outs. If you're watching and if you were watching and you shouted out somebody, let them know you did. Show them this video. Point them this way so that they can see that you are supporting them in one way or another. Yes. Thank you again to our viewers, to our commenters. We hope you guys learned something and that you were blessed. Make sure you do your research, ladies, and get that area together. With all due respect.
Oh, that would have been a good one, all due respect. With all due respect, use a honey pot products because stop making everyone else have to succumb to what you're going through. Mm-hmm. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Make sure you catch us on YouTube. And we also have the conference videos coming out.
Yes.
One is already out. Minister Joyce.
Yes, Joyce Amada.
Out. Yes. Make sure you go to the YouTube page. What's the YouTube page again?
A Closer Walk Christian Talk Show YouTube channel. Make sure you tune in. We are uploading one at a time. The conference was amazing. Yes. July 19th, 2025 will be our third annual Breaking the Yoke Women's Conference. God's Fair. So make sure you put that on your calendars. Again, July 19th. Yes, it was amazing. So make sure you tune in to see how amazing each word was that was given by each speaker. It was really good.
And make sure you tune into It's Due Time with Pastor Steph, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. every day on Blogtalk Radio. You can catch me on Wednesdays with Wild Wednesdays, the Socially Conscious segment, and Thursdays. Sometimes you can catch me on Therapeutic Thursdays.
Yes.
You can catch Shontyce as well.
Yes, every Monday morning at about 8:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my segment, The Switch with Shontyce, where God gives us switch tips, how to make the switch from the street to our godly seat. You can also catch me on Tuesday morning with the pastors, Wednesday morning with the Wild Women, Thursday mornings with the Therapeutic Thursdays, and I'm not on Fridays because that's the day for the men, but pretty much all week with the exception of Friday, you can catch us on. And make sure you tune in because Pastor Steph is hilarious. She'll be laughing at home. Mm-hmm. If he's hilarious, you gotta make sure you catch us.
Yes, and stay tuned for next episode of With All Due Respect, which is scheduled to be August 23rd. Yes. So make sure you're there. Make sure you look out for whatever the topic may be. If you can contribute to the conversation, we will definitely let you know. August 23rd, God's Fair, if he doesn't change some things around. But that's where you can catch us next. But again, we want to thank you so much for your comments, for your support, for your views. Have a great rest of your Sabbath evening. And we will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Good night.